Gamers, been a while. I don't know if anybody saw my community post, but yeah, I missed the Dawn of the Hunt due to my father being in hospital. Luckily, everything worked out there, but I recently got time again to start playing, and I thought, let's get back on this content train. So I'm bringing you Gemling Legionnaire Ignite Shield Charge character. I've got some footage here, and I've got another boss fight to show you after that. Take you in game and go through everything. Hardcore SSF, of course, you know the drill by now. But yeah, here we go. This is Breach and Zest. I was pretty rusty here, to be fair, but character's kind of sturdy. So yeah, pretty happy with how the build turned out. Yeah, there's a couple of bits. Yeah, the hinder and stuff were destroying me. I thought I was a goner. I thought Bill Guy was done before it started, but we came through it. But yeah, so clear is resonating shield and bone shatter. We don't have trample toes or anything like that. This is hardcore SF, so it's not easy to get uniques, like especially ones which are a little bit rarer. So to be honest, even if I got like a super rare item, I probably wouldn't use it in a build guide because then it wouldn't be much use to you guys if you're playing. If you're in a trade environment, it's completely different. You can take this build to the moon in trade. But yeah, just normally like it takes one resonating shield. You get the stun build up, and then it's easy clear with bone shatter. We have quite decent AOE. If it's like rares, you just one tap them with shield charge. I have made some changes to the build since this footage, so I got the damage up higher, which you can see in the next boss fight that I pull up for you after this. But I was also like rushing, like panicking, thinking, "Oh, I wouldn't make it," like at the start, which is why I was kind of, you guys are gamers, you'll be fine. You do better than I can anyway. But the clears, yeah, it's pretty good. I kind of like Bone Shatter anyway, like personally. Each to their own. If you could 100% use Trample Toes if you had them for better clear with this Resonating Shield, I think. Another good thing like about this is like we just one tap with with Resonating Shield and it's enough stun so our stun bar for like blocking doesn't get filled up. Whereas like if you hold like if you're using Resonating Shield a lot, like I did it a bit while leveling, you can get stunned and knocked down. I forgot my boring charm here, so and obviously being a gemling, we can use every gem in the game because it's OP. It's still disgustingly strong. I don't think people realize. Actually, forget to curse the boss here, otherwise we would have killed this. This is like basic Zesh, but we would have killed him in one hit. So I made some changes in the next one, and we got rage built into the I think it's this one. Yes, it is. So now we have rage. Um, makes a huge difference, which you'll see. Good old solar orb giving us with On a rage. Break armor. Infernal Cry. Yeah. You get the big juicy ignite. About 4.2 million, which, you know, isn't bad. And you can definitely get this higher. Also, if like I'm a bit like stuttery and all over the place, it's been a while since I've done a build guide, so trying to talk and keep everything going, not the easiest. I'm definitely rusty with these boss fights. Like I don't remember the. But yeah, we did it. So let's take you in game, and we'll go over the actual build. So why? First of all, I'm gonna put his build guide in the description. But there's a guy called Lex, which I'm sure some of you are familiar with. He did a Smith of Tower version of this with the whole deepest tower. You know, equip deepest tower and win. But he definitely had some nice things in his build, and I definitely got some inspiration from him. So I will, you know, give credit where credit's due, and I'll put that in. But why did I go Gemling? Biggest reason really is this node and this node, but this really is still one of the strongest nodes in the whole game. Just being like with any sort of like damage over time, like I know some people like and not having to change your stats so you can focus in a stat. Um, really just makes things so much easier, like gearing wise, especially like in an SSF environment. Like it's so huge for us. Like being able, like I'm using the companion, the gorilla for shock on hit, 20% more damage. Also takes 10% a hit, so it increases survivability. Temp chains, which is a massive damage multiplier for any damage over time ability. Like those things are huge, and Gemling does that, and I don't have to sacrifice hundreds of stats. You know, obviously +2 gems, very strong is the main way that we sack main way we scale the damage on shield skills or melee, like a lot of melee skills. So getting an extra +2, especially because we didn't manage to get any plus skills on our amulet, it definitely helps. Skill tree wise, I feel like it's pretty standard. The big thing that I've done this time is I took defensive stance and lay siege. So that's 150% damage because we are capped on block. Very good way to scale defense and offense at the same time. It's OP. Titanic, we took this strength, but also stun build up and stun threshold is good. Same as here, stun threshold, which helps with when you have your shield raised, although you don't actually like need to do your shield raised because you can like tap. Just tap once, you're not like channeling. Nice tech. And other than that, it's just AoE and fire. Immolation is because we don't need ignite chance, but this 25% magnitude is pretty huge. So that's what we anoint. These nodes here is a massive for our build. It scales shield and shield because like two-handed stuff doesn't work obviously because you're scaling shield. So this is one of our main damage nodes. If I leveled up again, I would take this 12% here, 24 plus 10. It's very good. Oh, I guess I should mention we're Avatar Fire. Giant's Blood, the usual. And yeah, also this node, I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to take it, but I did, and I managed to have the two-handed weapon, and it wasn't an issue. But that node on its own was over 600 HP, so it's still worth it in my opinion. Like getting up to 4k HP nearly definitely makes a big difference. Like HP scaling isn't the easiest, especially when you have to take into consideration chaos res so much. Like, yeah, it's I also leveled with shield skills, and they're very nice to level with. Really nice. Like it's very easy just to. In fact, I feel like shield charge is better at single target than perfect strike. In all honesty, now like it's really strong. Had a great time leveling this. This wasn't the build that I went through and did my atlas with. I actually did a corrupting cry Smith of Catawba for that. He ripped. I will make a build guide for that closer to the next league launch, just because it's a very easy, smooth league starter, especially for beginners when you've got no currency. So I will make a build guide for that too. I'll have a Mobalytics link with the passive tree. But I haven't looked at path of building yet. I will promise to sort that out for my next build guide, which I already have a build leveled and ready to go. It's a bleed shield charge blood mage. So yeah. But there is the skill trees. Let's go to gems. Bone shatter. This is just clear. It's magnified effect, impact for the big AoE, and devastate to help break armor. Shield charge, conk effect, fire infusion, exploit weakness, close combat, searing flame. We'll show the ignite DPS on this with max rage. $100k at top end, but there's also more modifiers. And then with Gemling, Infernal Cry, with the quality, you get 185% of damage on bosses as extra fire. Quality is also massive. That's another reason. Gemling is just super strong. It's still super strong after all the nerfs. So I know people aren't really playing it that much, but it's still insanely strong. Infernal Cry, we got pre-med, inspiration, and yes, that recovery. I can't say this word really. Ingenuity. What am I doing? Brain fart. Berserk. 56%. I haven't even qualityed this out of things, but yes, we would have even more damage. Herbalism. Resonating shield. Ability. You don't really need this. You could put something else in here because we're not like channeling it. You can walk faster, like you just tap it. But yeah, quality of life. Overpower for the stun build up, armor explosion. Helps with clear and like proliferating the stun. It doesn't do a lot of damage because our weapon isn't like a high DPS weapon. It helps the priest and enemies, which helps with clear, reach, AoE, and then rage. Solar orb, fire exposure, strip away, font of rage, font of blood, the usual. Helps with single target. Scavenge plating. I know people don't particularly like armor, but I'm actually, the more I play without armor and the more I'm sold on armor. It's actually solid. And without Kaiser here, yes, it's not as good as PoE 1, but there's a big difference. We have 62% here. When we have max stacks of scavenging armor, this goes up to like, we have like 10k armor. It's like 75%-ish, I think. Max block feels pretty good. Ish regen too. Definitely feels strong. Canyon, we have a driller with Rock on Hit and Hinder Aura. Hinder Aura doesn't matter too much. I basically just wanted this for shot. I don't know if there's any other combinations really, but 20% more damage on single target. Dies a lot in the general like mapping, but it's really only for single target that I wanted it. But loyalty, 10% damage mitigation for us, no brainer. Mass gas keeps him alive longer. Meat shield and elemental army. Basically, just try and keep him alive as much as possible. Not that it does much, but you know, 3.2k HP, takes less damage, etc. We just want it for the shot. And then we have temp chains, as single target, hit once, we get a big long ignite. I know I see people use the fire curse, having a bit of a brain fart right now, but personally, like, especially on boss fights where you're having to dodge mechanics and stuff, I prefer temp chains because you hit once and you have a much longer ignite. But you know, I think you could also use the other one. Remember. Some ability. There you go. That's the gems. My gear. Nothing crazy. 0 uniques. This is HCSSF. Not that I really think there'd be much of pink. I mean, you could do a black flame version of this, which could be Gigadam, but you also have range things. But yeah, there's no uniques. Plus skill levels, pretty much. What would be perfect on this is elemental damage with attacks actually scale your shield charge, especially because we're Avatar of Fire, right? So yeah, a big juicy 150% or something LE damage would give us a lot more damage. So could do much better here. Helmet. This is a Giga helmet. Nearly 1,000 armor helmet. Very nice. No plus skill gems, unfortunately. I did get a +3, but it was terrible, and then I hit the hit it in the old recombinator, and yeah, poof, gone. But luckily the +2 from Gemling kind of helps here. I mean, you can get another +1 here, but right now I think we have +10. Yeah, which 7.3. Normally you get you can get up to +12, I guess. Yes, but Gemling obviously can get +14, more damage. I mean, for Kataga, I think more defensive, but you can build enough defenses on Gemling to make it good enough. The extra spirit here. We do have spirit on the chest piece too. If I had, I mean, in the perfect world, you'd have spirit and spirit and plus gems. If I had to choose, really, I feel like rage gives more damage and plus skills. So I'd rather have the extra spirit to run all the auras. If I had to make that choice, I'd have to look and test it. I feel like shield, you just want as much armor as possible. 1100 armor is pretty decent in HCSSF. I know they can go up much higher than this. You have decent block on it too, which helps with capping the block. Equals damage, which equals survivability. Flat damage to attacks actually works on your rings for shield charge. Like, so if you're doing Avatar of Fire, you really want like high fire damage rolls, if possible. But others are fine too, but you only get 75% of them. So try and aim for fire if you can. So my chest again is just res life. I like the regeneration body armor base. Chaos res, if that lightning damage was fire res. just stats to cover certain things. I needed some decks for my gloves. Just 2 skills, life, kind of what you want. Would like a better belt, but I'm pretty sure I needed res covered. Not a good belt. You'd rather have +3 charm slots, and I would be running the bleed. Normally I do run the bleed instead of this. But yeah, life, res, strength would be an armor. Would be perfect. Boots, boost speed, life, strength, res. Yeah. I will put some links in the description for like mobilytics with all the gem links. Copy my gear, but you can probably get better if you're in a trade environment and you went like deepest tower on this with the +3 shield, prism of belief, and all that. My god, I can't imagine the damage. It must be insane. But HCSSF, you play with what you get, and you got to try and survive too. So it's very different. It's what I enjoy doing. Hopefully, hopefully some of you guys do too. If you haven't played SSF, it doesn't have to be hardcore. Do it. I promise you, you'll have a good time. People say there's no loot, no gear. It's all rubbish. Everybody's complaining about the economy. I see it on the forums all the time. Just general. Everyone complaining everywhere, but I don't have that in SSF. I log in, I play, I enjoy, I make builds. Give it a whirl, guys. Don't get so obsessed over divines per hour. Play the game. But yeah, I will have another build guide soon. Hopefully I can get back in the flow of this. It was a little bit awkward, but yeah. And yeah, if you enjoy, you know, hit the subscribe, the like, help your boy out. I will get back to streaming again too. Maybe sooner, but definitely with the new league. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and see you again soon. Peace, gamers. Take care.